98.1 FM. Mio de bring canto na this edition, my name na Jaffaman Davis. Today inside this edition, Fambul, they continue for look inside Leone Stars' performance against Guinea Bissau, plus what you for expect in that kind of performance they as we play against Egypt on the 25th of March 2025. Plus, also we they continue for look at the pre-AFCON tournaments friendly where the Salon under 20 team play as they be engaged with Morocco. How that result they been turned, you could get for no inside this edition of the program. Plus, we could give updates, but things them what are they happening in and around the Leone Premier League. This plus your contribution and plenty other things that we go the inside plus international updates all go make this edition of the program Sports Update Extra. Meet you from wherever you get you from. So not gonna say we'll take this break. When we come back, we continue the program.
Brace up yourself and ready for another sports program. That na Sports Update Extra, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from Monday to Friday, as you will get detailed discussion and analysis on team them like football,
little chance for a marker now. Leone with a magnificent equalizer.
Cricket, with other sporting discipline them, plus policy statements them.
Having overt conflict that will affect the sport, the legislation gives us the powers to deregister you.
And international sports news, fixture and results from top league them na Euro. So, for just 45 minutes every day, listen to Sport Update Extra on Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from 10 o'clock morning to 10:45 as you self will get a chance for add your voice to the program.
The program Sports Update Extra, they continue 077-981-981. And the number you go use for the voice to the conversation. The number again 077-981-981. You go use that number there for bring you contribution and ask questions about the different thing they would look at inside this edition of the program Sports Update Extra. Inside today's edition, Family could talk. We'll start off with updates from the Leone Premier League. Usai, a total of 7 matches then be played, whilst 2 teams them, 2 games they'll not be able to play because of how Leone Stars squad selection affect them. So we go into results of how it been tallied inside match week 14, where it means say about 3 rounds not left for they will complete the first round inside the Leone Premier League. And so it been start on Wednesday of last week. Usai Ports Authority been continue their woeful form now the league as they lost to Freetonian Slipher by a 1-0. And on Friday, we see Usai Freeton City Council will start the excitement in our approved school with 2-0 victory in the early part of the first half going into the second half. Then Mighty Blackpool get super sub. We be able to come inside for get a 2-2 goal against Freeton City FC. And then on Sunday, we see very, very big lineup fixtures. Usai some fixtures been disturbed by rain. We don't begin experience in some parts of the country. And we see Usai Camber Eagles been settled to a 1-1 draw at home to Star Sports Academy. Star Sports Academy done the pick up points after we then dissolve the previous technical team. And then we see again Usai Oled Warriors get a 2-0 victory against Wusum Stars na the SLFA playing ground. Then we see Nakono Bible Warriors show how revived they don't be under coach Francis Zappa Koroma as they get 2-0 victory again against Diamond Stars, whilst Bo Rangers been settled to a 1-1 draw against Bulom Stars, and Abacha City been lost to Loawa FC by 2-0. Eden Democracy been follow one up the match them. We have been Freeton City up against Mighty Blackpool, and we've been talked to the coach for Mighty Blackpool when I say it today, and it talk about how the points come even though not to the point where they expect, but in teams still get a lot of challenge, and they've been talking more to me inside this interview, so let me listen.
Of course, mixed feeling, you want for win, then at the end of the day, you do 2 down and get 2-2, then it's like, yeah, you're happy.
How you go describe the entire match?
Mixed feeling, because I say mixed feeling because of course we need points and we need for win games like this, but at the end of the day, if it not happen for Bissau, we go take them as a pinch of salt, but at the same time, we really did in that kind of position where I not think so we for accept this kind of result. But again, football and football, anything can happen. So maybe at the end of the season, you go look back at this kind of game and say, oh wow, maybe you better take that kind of points.
So 2 defensive blunder. What do you make up of your team in defense today?
I go say give them 50 out of 50. They not pass, they not fail. And I say this because if you score a team like City Castle capable of scoring 2 goals against mighty Blackpool, it means to say we defense get problem. But at the end of the day, that na the waiting na the uniqueness of football. It's like we give I go say the second goal where the keeper give the opponent the ball, and at the end of the day end up at the back of the net. So it's like we need to go back to the drawing board and see how best we go fix them.
For this game come out to at some point at the touchline we feel lose up, but play away come out inside in the second half, able to make the day for your team. Not to the point we expect, but at least the result.
Put you in a fine place at the table, but at the end of the day, if we get a draw, this is not league, we stress at the same time we get for take with them for do things, and I think it's a mixed feeling of waiting happened today in the field. We did 2 down and we come equalize 2-2. It's like you're not happy and at the same time you're happy.
Coach, to say it we just come, but you don't keep results going, unlike how it been there before this time. I don't tell like for you forget to know the players then.
I'm a legend, I'm Mighty Black, play for Mighty Blackpool. If Mighty Blackpool they make more say today than get 11 times champion of Sierra Leone, I think I get 3 of them. I know the dynamics and I know what for do. Don't forget say one time 2019 I was the coach, so it's like I know what for bring inside, then self give me the opportunity, so I don't take them in. I try for do my best. So at the end of the day, I hope we pay dividend.
This team they far from what you want for see, or they far?
But they far. I say that because if you look, I think it's not good for Shea at this moment, but since the transfer window is open, I think we get the chance now for solve the problem. The problem is, I think say that no disrespect to the players but I think say we get something like just 14 players out of 20 or 30 players with they register, because if you look whenever we play, we struggle for bring players and come inside, especially because we just think say we not get like for like, and it give us so much trouble because the one way they play already say next match then go get for playback, because they not get other people the way they fight for give them that kind kick na the backside for let them able for say yes we for try for do something.
But you the dugout, fans for be hopeful say they count the same glory way the might Balaku for.
Yes, of course, I think that's one of the reasons that will make them bring me back.
The program Sports Update Extra, they continue 077981981. And the number you go use for the voice to the conversation and be part of the program. Family, at any point in time, we open the phone line so that you self don't listen to we go able for be part of the discussion we get for the happen at the studio, because we want to take the conversation to una when the listeners them for able for tell you what una think about Leone Stars performance na the World Cup qualifiers match against Guinea-Bissau. Before we reach to that end day, 077981981 by the way na the number we go use, and then we get the table for the Leone Premier League, and it look like this. Bantal after 13 games don't still the top of the league and gets 29 points, and then Eastern Lions after 13 games the second now the league and get 26 points. Wilberforce Strikers gets 26 points in third position. All Edwardians get 25 points after 14 matches played. Bow Rangers with 23 points after 14 matches and in fifth position, whilst FC Calonde 6 with 19 points after 13 matches played. And then Baibura Warriors from relegation threatened now the 7th position after 14 matches played and then get 19 points. Bulom Stars in 8th position after 14 matches get 18 points, whilst Diamond Stars in 9th position after 14 matches get 17 points. And in 10th position, Akambo Eagles will get 16th points after 14 matches played. And 11th, Usum Stars get 16 points after 14 matches played, and they 11th. 12th, Freetonia and Slipher. Also another relegation threatened team don't claim up away from relegation, and now they 12th position with 16 points. Same to Abacha with the 13th position and now get 16 points. Loawa FC safe don't pop up out of the relegation zone as they 14th now with 15 points. Then relegation threatened team at the moment, Star Sports Academy, pardon, get 14 points after 14 matches played, and they 15th. We now some of they now inside relegation, and then Mighty Blackpool get 14 points after 14 matches played, and then they 16th in the league. In 17th position are Freetown City with 11 points after 14 matches played, and in 18th position now Ports Authority with 9 points after 14 matches played. So the Leo Premier League table Tanlek, and quickly we don't be joined by Desmond. Today we go help with for look inside Leone Stars performance. Desmond, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, and thanks very much for having me.
3-1 victory for Leone Stars. After the match, what have been impression of the entire 90 minutes?
Firstly, I think we need to commend the boys for a brave performance. I believe we can do past everything we do so on that day. We want to say kudos to the technical team because they achieve victory. Very difficult. I forget nowadays. You look at how teams don't get sense of hope in terms of how traditional football be there in Africa, not also any longer. Team where you go facing underdogs can come and beat you team where you feel say you superb. So I think say on that the boys they try for we get a 3-goal advantage. Despite the one where they get as a consolation, but the performance I think say not been that bad. I believe no more see we can do passo. Are they within 45-50% because you look at we get a lot of goal chances. We no knock the ball the way I believe say we for do, but by and large you see the performance not been bad.
Before this time, issues on the desire of the players, them getting the willingness for represent the country with regards to how they chase for the ball, the how they attack with deliberacy. All that was something they were lacking. But in this game, we sense a massive turnaround and some sort of oneness inside the team. Before this time, we will talk about crack system, especially from Stephen Coker. All this now, this national team, you think say that's something where Mohamed Kaloni for build up on for facing against Egypt?
Yes, totally I agree with you. Because one, you go play a team way well composed for very long. They don't do together. It look the likes of Mohamed Salah, how many years he don't spend on the national team. Mamous, we come to the team. So other many old players in the team. We still do in the Egyptian team, and we tell you see these guys are formidable. With your system, we former player called crack system. Well, now they all be there and innovating be the good too. And if we see a turnaround, they come, I think say it will be a very, 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 very good team for the national team. Not only for this qualifier we play, for other subsequent tournament team. You can't play go play a tournament where you get a divided home. You can't focus. Just like we do in our official, if you get something distract you now, you can't present well. So as the players because they say that they do professional job that. So if Mohamed Kalon can get them right, I think he will serve the national team well and he will serve the nation well because these are taxpayers' money. The government not going to spend a lot of huge of money, then we not get the desired results. It's totally wrong. So why the cut spam people a salary for pay for give the national team? Then one go on for ask the question why not scrap the national team and concentrate for other sports? So but if the players they don't begin realize say but what should they do so not fair to the nation no. We get for put we self down and we get for understand say these are taxpayers' money they give we. Irrespective of yes, they are risking their lives. fly over the air for going some of these venues away far because look like when they come out Liberia for going to Cairo. Get for transit so some Morocco for go inside and for like 4 hours. So you see, so the players themselves get a lot for do, for then get themselves ready because the coach, of course, go on forget a formidable team. You know, go on forget.
Speaking of formidable team and talking about the players, them looking at the selection and the kind of results, you surprised?
No. I don't think any Sierra Leoneans go surprised because when we get a complete blend, we get the home base and we get the professionals. So we look at players and we presently play within the form of the national leagues and we see the performance we them put, even though 1 or 2 fights be there into one or two of them, but I think say by and large the people for security duty they put them before. So you go look at and say the blend. It show some amounts of seriousness we National League don't get, some amounts of seriousness where the players themselves say they need for put into it. We I believe say now with all last scenario they not make people forget such a result. We every Sierra happy and they wait for again for see if we will replicate that against Egypt. But I think say the blend not be bad, and yes, so many people will get their own waiting the one for say about the number of home base rather than the number of professionals we go. But I think say if we want for succeed, we National League get for very 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 attractive and very very good.
Well, what did this say about Mohamed Kalon in attitude to the team for the kind of players they will pick, especially bringing in first off many home base than professional, and then again bringing first timers na the Leone Stars team, giving one or two of them a chance for excel.
Yes, he's a coach, a National League coach. We mean say some of them teams with them players they don't play against them and they don't know the quality some of them players then get. Bringing new phases as well as some old local phases. I think say not to be a bad thing for Mohamed. We see the performance we then put up. Some of them not to that old again. We Capisul, the likes of Uju, these are players that we don't play in the national team, so they know that already more. But I think say it give up to the National League. It give up to the players themselves. Just put small amount of effort, you will have the chance.
How long will we need this kind of decision?
I think say well not to be how long. Na continuation. It be done the B. We be on the C on base and they come into the national team, they perform. During the past.
We come more than the professionals.
Well, the number, yes, you could say these don't be the very first for that huge amount of numbers. Looking at the quality, yes, you will see some of these players and players that will be on the play and the national team. You will have to refer to say they have the same qualities. But yes, I agree with you. See, the number at this time would be like the very first time. We will not be ever be for we'll get 16 or so of them, or probably 13 of them. I think see a huge boost for the National League, because if you see always the flock into the national team this kind of way, it tells you the National League competitive, and we see result, and we see the amount of seriousness with teams that only put into the national team, because so many first timers them we nobody expect say at this time you go get call up, shock with the call up, it tell you see put efforts. Somebody then a corner with you to do, and then go recognize you one day.
So he said for say now the start of transparency era this for young lads in the league.
But I go for a little bit different from the word transparency. Always on the day and the league. It's just that we know see some of the seriousness of the boys. Okay. Of course, Mohamed is no nonsense person. We means you know prove well, he can't select you or probably put you in a squad. I believe say if we dey change the trajectory of the national team, then there comes a starting like we see so now. Say if you're not good, you will not play. Some of the professionals we don't see, they don't drop them. we be done the future na the national team, we don't make the national team leg na the host. We see some of the players we don't see at the national team. We now like a starter. We see the sub them for Ura for home base. So it don't begin send the signal to you, the professional, where they can see. If you say no all seriousness, to say you did, I think say that you error on the country close. Obviously, we don't need for the go waste money to some of the players there. When we see the homegrown and it prove well, we have to use them. Now, when you use somebody, you go know what he is capable of doing. If you keep the person, then you bring professionals, pay a huge amount of money for the fly cam, get money for the go, they not prove well, they not play nothing. Then on base the way they prove well and play something where we go say we write home about, then I think that a huge loss for the nation. So with their own base we don't begin coming to the National League. I think say let complacency play into their minds. Say I don't get first call up, I will get her. You get for put more effort. We don't see national teams. They like the Egyptian league with this issue. Yes, they get few where they come into the national team now. But most of them players them now homegrown. Now the league sending the play. And they don't get this team for very, very, very long. So I think say Sierra Leone King still replicates such. If we boys and serious, I continue for the emphasize on the word seriousness. We have good players, but some of them are not serious.
Okay. So now, in this match against Guinea-Bissau, things the way na take home 3-1 victory. When you don't take many people see Leone Stars play 3-1 victory, get a 3-1 victory. 2 attempts on goal, shots on target. We get them more than we opponent. All this, like what you mentioned, that's the way we you believe say the team capable for do more past that. But again, for me with Egypt, like I don't describe Egypt, what you need for change now as per what you observe at the match against Guinea-Bissau for me to get another class performance?
Firstly, I think say the team for well composed. Complacency, for telling
composed in waiting.
One, with defense, yes, with 4 and 5, we see say against Guinea-Bissau, we were very, very excellent, and we 3 and 2, we little bit shaky. Now we play with team we now them best build up now from the wings. Mamouche, we see I can play. We see our salary coming into the drive zone. If we get reckless tackles, it will cost you a lot, because these are teams we know how for take free kicks. These are teams we know how for penetrate. We see like what Tigo been do in the very, very first half. Take the kind foolish yellow card Sandy. I think that ball was red. It happens that Senjagia a caution. You can't play Egypt with that kind of mindset, so you get for be composed. When you play Egypt, forget what today you play against. See the moment Salah they come away and you watch an about to know. Play football. You can be the somebody way Salah can expose to the wall. Meaning you stop Salah in so many ways, have a lot of tackles, win so many balls from Salah, then you become big at the wall. And that I believe you get agents for signing. So I believe